we go.
There.
Nice. One down.
There's nothing truer now than the word is on. Want a drink of this?
Coming off of that.
Okay. Shot.
I like it.
Came out up middle. With
Double
the angle.
lung?
Looks like a double lung. Yep. But the angle of it really couldn't have been better. With him up on the hill. Right here. Off the other side. Perfect. That's why he went down so fast.
I was all into donating my body until I had to open up the abdominal cavity and cadaver dissection, and then I said, don't ever donate my body to science. That is the most disgusting.
I would donate organs though. Like,
yeah, organs is one thing, yeah. Blood sticky. Ew.
Nice.
Pailey, you wanna
What's that, Pailey?
Extra.
hold that for
How do
me?
you know?
Wanna open it up?
Because I've been told a billion times.
Not once.
And it's literally on the back strap.
Okay.
If it's fat, why would we be packing it?
those guys pack bear fat, that's for sure, don't you?
Yeah, bear fat,
Yeah.
but this isn't a
They
bear.
pack bear back fat.
Does this look like a bear to you?
We're in the
That.
You're a pretty good surgeon, babe.
Thank you.
Missed your calling.
This is my calling.
Yeah.
I got Hill, Doc here. She's going to see how many organs we can pull out. So we got the liver, the heart, kidneys. Those are easy.
I'm in a river of blood here.
Adrenals. Pancreas is a no-go.
No, spleen is a no-go.
Spleen, you want to keep the pancreas on this one?
I don't know. We can. I can find out.
Just take you back to medical school.
In medical school, they were preserved in formaldehyde. We had no blood at all. It definitely wasn't steaming. And it was really stinky because we had to wear ventilators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't cut it though, you might cut it. It's so tiny.
Yeah.
Because, they're pretty small. That's a
Well,
small
they're usually
kidney.
attached to the top of the kidney.
Oh, they're in a fatty sheath.
This.
Yep,
here.
that's it right there.
You want to suck that adrenal down right now? Need some?
Uh,
A little adrenal for you?
no, I'm okay right now. Yeah, okay. So
So we got a kidney, and
Yeah.
we got fat all around it.
Oh
obviously.
yeah. They got tiny little kidneys.
It's easy though when you
for
rip
their
this fat
body
off
size.
to rip this adrenal off. That's what I usually end up doing.
That fat. So this is suet. This is kidney fat. This is like a delicacy. This is what all the carnivore people eat.
All right, well I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna grab that little sack right there.
Yeah.
That swim bag for all the organs. And look at that heart. Oh, Pailey's favorite.
Is that liver too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Put it on her back.
You ready?
Me cold.
Well, maybe I should get my pack
Yeah,
loaded.
get your
first.
pack loaded, babe.
Look,
Yours just exploded all over.
I haven't even started. I've been getting theirs ready, but we can do it.
My
Okay, P,
goodness.
let's see how it fits.
Okay.
Get her up. Here, you get up and I will put it on.
Oh, I'm really trying to get my other arm in.
Got it?
There we go.
Okay, try not to stab Mom with it.
Oh, if anybody walks behind me, they may get
Good.
stabbed. Especially in the dark.
How's that feel?
Feels good.
Feels good?
Trying to get heavy.
We'll tighten it up on your hips.
In our universe is flying through the galaxy. No, wait, our galaxy is flying through the universe.
Any water back camp.
How do you like your dad's night hikes?
No, I don't like them. Especially when
Gotta
We're
get
gonna-
the full experience,
Yeah, if
though.
we're doing a first deer comes with the first night hike for sure.
I've had plenty of night hikes. This is not my first one.
Well, that's right. You carried Bear out on a long night hike once with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did 20 miles that day.
No, I did
In
20.
2 days. You did 10 miles that night. And you were 8.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure, those
600 yards.
Those are mine.
Let's crush it.
Those are
Rocky,
mine.
you're running up the steps to the statue, P. Let's go.
Those are mine. Time to go to bed.
Victory!
Oh my gosh. I think I need food. I think my blood sugar just dropped. Like, I'm gonna pass out.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like you need to make a fire.
Yeah, get a
Get the
fire
food going.
and probably get some food in these girls, and I think we whooped them pretty good this trip. So, hot water, food, fire, sleeping bags. Could not have had a better first buck. It's way more of an old mature buck than my first buck, I can tell you. It's just so funny that that's the buck that we found, and we were like, man, that would be a great buck for Pailey to take. He's just probably 2 years regressed and huge body on him and just old. So lo and behold, we took him.
Why, Pailey, you look marvelous this morning.
We were just talking about why young people look so good compared to old people. And I was trying to explain to her that she has a lot of collagen in her skin. That as you get older, you start to lose it. And then you wake up and your eyes are swollen and wrinkled. And your turkey neck starts coming
I think
out.
it's also because we've been hiking for like 2 days.
It's because I didn't drink enough water yesterday, and then I ate a bunch of salt before bed, and then I went to sleep.
I didn't even eat dinner last night. I fell right asleep.
What did you think when you actually knew the buck went down? Because it's like such a moment, a build up for that. Like,
Oh my gosh. Well, I thought that I maybe had, since the wind was so rough, that the wind might have just pushed my bullet a little bit to the side, so I might have gotten it in the wrong place. But surprisingly, it went right where I aimed it. And then there was already tears rolling down my eyes because I was so cold. But then once I found out that the deer was down, more tears started rolling out of my eyes. Like, what?
Yeah. There's also a lot of build up to it, and then yesterday we had a couple stalks, right? And they didn't work out, and we're not used to it like you guys are. Like, okay, let's just go on to the next deer. And we're all like, what?
The 4th deer. That was my 4th deer. I had actually set my gun on, aimed at it, and that was like my last deer. I was about to just be like, if this deer does not stand up, I'm leaving. I can't stay here any longer.
I think eventually you hit a point like Pailey yesterday. There was a lot of stalks. Like we saw a lot of bucks that we made plays on. We were close on, probably 4 of them. But after a while, you just think this is impossible. It's not gonna work out. But for guys that have done it enough, like Brian and I, eventually like it just takes one opportunity, and that could just completely change the trip, which did last night on that deer. It's like every other stalk was fail. Then we just a sliver of opportunity, and you made such a great shot in those cruddy conditions. And me and Pailey have been going out shooting quite a bit, and I've yet to see her make a bad shot. So my confidence to get to 200 yards and have her make the shot, I didn't have any doubts. I wasn't worried. I think Hill was worried a little bit, but just seeing her shoot, every shot she's made has been spot on since I dialed that rifle in for her. And so that's not what I was worried about. My worry was the weather, being able to keep her out in if it got really nasty, and then getting into position to get that 200-yarder. Yesterday, as we're sitting there side by side, waiting for that buck to stand up, you know, I was kept looking at her because her face was turning purple. Her nose was purple. It was just wind in her face, and it was cold. And, you know, eventually I kept, you know, asking her if she's comfortable. She rocked solid because we could see that buck bedded. And she kept saying, yeah. And then she did divulge. She's like, well, because I talked about the target, do exactly what you've been doing on target. And she said, yeah, but I'm nervous. What if I don't? Like, I'm nervous on this because it's a real deer. And so we talked about that a little bit, waiting for that buck. But she performed just like I thought she would.
Actually, the performance was hurried. So she'd laid there a long time, but she got so cold, we actually took her away to try to get some clothes on her. And in that 5 seconds from Brian saying, he just stood up, and we were like, and then her face went from, I can't do this, I'm gonna freeze to death, I'm gonna fall asleep, to, what? And she just went right over there, boom, made the shot.
Yeah,
so it was actually, the shot was under duress a little bit because we were like, had to do it now, and we were going to miss that moment after she'd been laying there for...
And a big old buck like that, you know, big old bucks sometimes don't give you 5 seconds. You know, they'll stand up and they'll just start moving. He definitely noticed something. He didn't put eyes on us. He knew something was going on down there. When Pailey slid off to get some more clothes on, he picked it up and he stood up. And so he knew something was going on. So we didn't know how much time we would have at that point. But, you know, I told her to, you know, take your time like you always do on target. But she shot surprisingly fast. Like, she knew we didn't have that kind of time. And that's the quickest I've seen her shoot. And it was just a great shot. When your kid has never taken an animal before, is, you know, you've done it a few times and you know right where to put it, the angle. So for the past few weeks, you know, after I see her target skills already, we're trying to figure out like angles of deer, how they're standing. So I would Google mule deer pics, no whitetail pics, they don't count. Mule deer pics, and there's like different angles of bucks, right? And so I would just at random times throughout the day, like, show her a pic, like, where would you shoot it, you know, depending on the angle. And so she got really good at looking at how it was standing and where she would put the dot, and you know, just off shoulder, or if it was angled to, you know, just in front. And so no, she knew exactly where to put it. And fortunately, that buck was just perfect. He just stood up just perfect for us.
Once you guys told me that he stood up, the thing that flashed through my head was, oh no, I gotta get down there, or that buck's gonna move, and I won't be able to shoot it because I won't be in the right position, or I won't be in the right spot. That's what ran through my mind. So I had to run down there and just shoot it. And like, I had to get my thing on there, because at first I was like, oh no, I can't find him. And then
in the scope.
Yeah, and then I found him, and then put it in the spot where we had been where I had been practicing and stuff. Surprisingly, I shot right where I aimed.
Quick shot.
It was so quick. I mean, and too, when you guys were like, oh, she just ran down. We couldn't run down. We had to slither across the thing, skimmy on our stomachs to get her over there. And then she did a shot after that. It wasn't like she just stood up and ran to the gun and shot it. I mean, that's what made it so interesting, is that she did that after, you know, you have to...
Body shakes.
And she was literally like, I was trying to tell her how to put her foot into the pants before, and she was like, and then when you said that, I said, he's ready. That's when she's like, the adrenaline I saw hit her brain, and she just, off to do my job.
What are probably the top two, maybe, when you found out? Because you did cry. I got it on camera.
Relief. Because I really did not want to lose that buck and have to go find another one. Because that was the fourth one that I had actually put my gun on.
Yep.
And I did not want to go find another deer, have to put my gun on it.
Yeah, Yeah, I would agree. It probably was relief at that point. I think we were all a little relieved just because of the conditions. Everybody was shaking because it was so cold, and that wind was just cutting right through us. And we kind of knew, like, this is it. We're going to be doing the walk of shame back to camp if this doesn't happen right now, because we were starting to lose light.
Heck yeah, this was a big boy hunt. A big girl hunt.
This big stove, Brian, is where it's at. Yeah. Man, it doesn't take much, and all the condensation is just gone.
Yeah, that's too small. Mm-hmm. We're stoking it, trying to make it red, mm-hmm. And it's still frozen from here down.
Is it?
And it's red. And
well, we lucked out. We got some pretty decent fat hunks of wood, so this thing just rips. I've got it tampered way down, or this whole pipe gets red up to there.
Yeah.
It cooks your face off.
I told Ryan we should set one of these teepees up in the backyard in the winter, and you could have a sauna. You don't need to buy an expensive sauna. You could really get it sweating in here like a sweat lodge.
Ryan loves saunas.
Yeah, that sounds marvelous.
No, I want a sweat lodge. So we get a smaller tent and we get the bigger stove, and I could go in there every day and do some hydrotherapy.
So, or we just build something out of wood.
Well, that means someone would have to do that.
I nominate Pailey.
Yeah, get out there and build me a sauna.
Not right now. I think Dad could do that.
Well, the other night it was so hot in here, I was like, whew, it is so, yeah, we could set up a teepee. That's Dad's style.
Plan now is, well, we've had the stove ripping, so we've got everything all nice and dry. Pack up, put the rack on Pailey's back. We're all taking out a bag of meat and heading back to the trucks. And we'll get out of here. Go grab our victory burger in town.
Victory.
Pailey's packing the skull out, so I'm just lightening it up a little bit. I didn't clean it really good last night, a night hike, but just doing a little trimming. Better?
Yeah.
There's always more trimming to do, but
That deer will blend in with all the rest of your deer.
no, that deer will stand out to my deer. We're gonna get this on probably a table pedestal.
A table?
I think that's how it looked really good.
How are we
See how
gonna
he
get it
curls
on a
in.
table pedestal without Tana knocking it over?
No, we have to pick a special spot for it.
Yeah.
We should have a glass container surrounding it.
Ooh, a shrine.
My favorite part was probably getting to just sit with Pailey at certain times of the day. We'd just sit, maybe while you guys were glassing some areas, and we'd glass and we'd talk. And 2 was waiting in that miserable wind to see if she could hold that out, like if she could actually make that happen. Even though it was really miserable, I felt like that was one of my highlights, to see her be so focused like that, and at 11 years old, and to see her with her dad over there having their conversation, like that's just a really cool thing to see, especially for him. I know how important that is to him. And she did an amazing shot. I can't even believe that shot she made. In the wind, that headwind at us like that, and she was frozen and crying and did great. So I'm super proud of her, and I'm just really glad I got to be here and, get over my preconceived notion of what this means. It was pretty special. I think when we were up on the hill afterwards taking pictures and with that deer, and she was just sitting with that deer and petting him and feeling him. She at one point, she at one point put her hands on his heart, and she was just sitting there and she was just like feeling his body, even though he wasn't alive anymore, really paying attention to him. And that was really cool to watch her do that. I think that's important. And then just watching her in the night hike, she's hiking at Ryan's pace. She was number 2 in the line. I, at the end, died off. I was, I almost passed out. I don't think I drank enough water yesterday. It was pretty rough. So to see her do that, but definitely those moments right before that excitement, the look on her face, you know, when she killed and she couldn't believe she did it. Like we told her, and her look on her face was like so surprised and happy and all at the same time miserable, you know, and then just that moment we had up there with the deer. I felt that was an old deer, and I know how animals die in the wild, and he definitely had a respectable death. So Ryan told me that he wanted to take Pailey on her first mule deer hunt. This was months ago, and when he told me that, I kind of had this feeling like, well, you know, I feel like I've missed a lot of Ryan's life and with hunting, and so I thought, well, maybe this would be a great first time for me to go hunting. So I offered that up, and he was kind of like, oh, okay, great, let's go. So he made it work, which sometimes that's not the case in our life. I just can't go because we have a younger daughter and, you know, time of year and stuff. But it worked out. Everybody cooperated. The weather cooperated too. It was amazing. I mean, I've done a lot of camping and hiking with Ryan. You know, outside of hunting season, we do this kind of stuff all the time. I've had to walk for death marches with Ryan plenty of times. You know, he doesn't, even with just hiking, he's not about, let's just sit around and relax today. Like, there's none of that going on. So I'm used to that. I'm used to the teepee experience. The stove was quite elegant. I would say everybody should have a stove. That'll make your hunting experience, especially with children, way better, and wives who don't want to go hiking, it makes it way better. I was thinking about it last night after the fact, about how I felt about it, and I was pretty emotional, like when we walked up to the animal. I would say during the day when we were doing all the stalks and stuff, it was just exciting. There's like a lot of excitement, a lot of movement, things happen super fast. But walking up to the deer, that was pretty emotional for me. Just because I think I have a harder time with that, but just having your child do that, especially me, because I didn't think that would be something that I would be a part of. So it was kind of cool. It was emotional for me to see her, you know, respond to the deer and the excitement of that. I did have a moment by myself where I, you know, was kind of sad, but then on the way back in the hike, and I was just thinking last night about my reaction to it, and I feel like I was never exposed to this, so I never got to actually go on a hunt as a child or be around this. And I remember my father would tell me stories about when he would go with his dad in Texas, and it just traumatized him. It wasn't something that he felt he wanted to do, and so I was never exposed to it, and I feel like my perceptions were kind of made off of that. So this was very different than I thought it would be for me. I was sad, but I was also happy. It's cool to be there for that. And I know that if Pailey did not want to do it, she would not be doing it. You know, Ryan's not making her do this. I'm not making her do this. She really wanted to do this, and she handled it way better than I would have handled it. And so for me, it made me realize that I per se don't have that drive to hunt. I don't know if I would have pulled that trigger. I don't know if I have that in my heart to do that, but to see her have that experience and to be with her dad, who honestly has waited a very long time to have that experience with somebody that he's close to, it was pretty magical to see them together in that moment. And it was kind of even cool before the hunt to see them suffering a little bit. And I was there too, backed up against the thing, suffering, cold, waiting. And I don't know if I would have waited that long for myself. I feel like when you're a parent, you will suffer any amount for your child. And when she was freezing and cold, it was like, I just thought about, I'll just go lay on top of her. I'll just like keep her warm so she can keep at it, you know? I think that's the thing with Ryan and I, is we wanted her to get the full experience, and in that I got the full experience without actually having to pull the trigger. So yeah, I think it was a beneficial thing for me to do. I'm glad I didn't miss it, and I would definitely come again.
Yeah.
What's success feel like, Pailey?
Tiring.
Yeah? Tell
I
me.
know, I'm tired.
Tell me what your favorite part of the hunt has been. The hiking, the tent,
Feeling
the food, the success.
the success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your tears were because of the wind, right? Only because of the wind. No other reason.
I want to get to the burger place.
I'm super proud of her, and I'm just really glad I got to be here and, get over my preconceived notion of what this means. So it was pretty special.
All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a message I want everyone to hear eventually. I think it's a nice piece when you get to hear from Hillary Lampers. You get to see Pailey, but for those of you who have watched the first few parts of this film series, and for those that got to watch Pailey harvest her first big game animal, and the emotion that accompanied it, and just her dad and how Ryan and her interacted, it's I don't know, it's what stuff is all about. It's not just about it's about family, friends, camaraderie, brotherhood, but there's something about going out in the outdoors and hunting together that is built into our DNA that brings people together in a way that a lot of things just don't. And to hear Hillary's perspective from someone who really was never pro hunting, even more, you could say against hunting, to the person she is today, where she doesn't necessarily want to be someone who fires a weapon, but she also does want all that meat in her home, and she does value the hunting lifestyle and what it brings. And the prior movies, you don't really know what's going on in Hillary's head, and on this one we get to peek inside, and I think it's special. And I can't say enough about the stealthy family, the Lampers, good people. So, and if you want to support them, you can always do that just by going out to their Stealthy Nutrition website, which we have links for below, and look into all the products that they offer, or look at their rifle covers that Ryan's got out there. He's putting together, and he made a great product. Their CBD oils and all the different supplements that they offer for gut health and nutrition. This film we completed quite a while ago and has been on the Gritty Stealthy community out on Locals. That's our separate community page that we've been building. We've got lots of members over there. You can join for free, and you can observe a lot of content. But if you want to become a supporter, you actually get access to exclusive films like this. There's a handful of them over there. And also a community that's growing, supporting each other and engaging. And if you're sick of social media, that's a place to be. It's a really positive group of people, and it's really fun to engage over there. So check that out, and all your support over there helps us become more and more independent and less reliant on corporate sponsors. And it's been an amazing journey so far. So if you want to check that out, you can just go over there and just become a member. It's free, and just kind of check it out and peek into it. And then if you want access to the exclusive film library and podcast library that's only over there, for the content over there, just become a supporter. It's $70 for the whole year, or $7 a month. So check that out. Anyway, I do have some giveaways, because on the last film, which was the second part of the elk series where we've left off, we said we give away a pair of gaiters. If you shared on Instagram, we'd randomly pick someone from there. And we also have a couple YouTube giveaways as well. And these are always fun. I'm glad I get to do this. For Instagram, we have Gary J. Pearson. And Gary, we got a pair of gaiters coming your way. Just hit us up at GrittyBowman at GrittyBowman.com. and send me an email there, and I will get these gators off to you. And our other winner is on YouTube for leaving a comment. We have Skylar G. I am always racking my brain to come up with some witty, gritty, heartfelt, inspiring comment to leave on the video and fail miserably. However, trust me when I say that I love the channel and look forward to your videos. Skylar G, you are the winner of a stealthy rifle cover. So again, hit us up at Gritty Bowman at GrittyBowman.com or DM me on Instagram. Also, we've got a runner-up, Nick D. He says, keep up the graphics and the play-by-play. It really makes us feel like we are there. Good job, guys. Nick D, send me your address as well, your shipping address, and we're going to send something to you. Not sure exactly what yet, but we got lots of cool stuff, so we're going to send something your way. So hit us up. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for supporting the show. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the support. Until next time, stay gritty.